Hey, this is Matt O'Leary, and this is Unknowns and Obscurities from the months of November and December 2016. These are my absolute favorite videos to make, where I get to recommend all the oddball and obscure albums I listened to from the past month. This time 2 months, because December doesn't have a lot of releases. You get the idea. There's some good stuff coming up here. First up is the debut electronic album from Prague's DNA. That's not P-R-O-G, it's P-R-A-G-U-E. The album's called These Semi-Feelings, They Are Everywhere. It's got a strong classical element, with many of the tracks being solo piano pieces. It's a short but extremely engaging little album that's minimalistic as far as instrumentals go, but the arrangements are deep and intricate. The experience is kind of like visiting an antique shop in a foreign town. Every song's so delicate, I have to be careful not to break it when I pick it up and just sort of cradle it. That fragility, that serenity makes this one I come back to pretty often. One of my favorite math rock bands, LITE from Japan, released their 5th album, Cubic, back in November. Their last album, Installations, one I've recommended on the channel before, I think. Absolutely fantastic. This one's a little more cut and dry than Installation, I'd say, whereas that one had more electronic excursions, but this has such a wide range of guitar and drum tones. They also add a ton of instruments you'd never expect to hear on music like this, like the staccato strings on the opener Else, or that screeching saxophone on the song D. My favorite track has got to be Warp, with its frenetic dancing guitar and spastic drums. Great song. Next up is a strange chamber pop debut from Eisenberg called Harlequin. There's a ton of studio trickery on this album, with plenty of manipulation of acoustic instruments. I can't hear the eccentric slingshot vocals on Archer, the timpanis and tune on Changes without thinking of Grizzly Bear. There's an obvious connection or influence there. It's a decent album with a lot of production flair. I'd say Alex's shaky voice can be kind of unimpressive. Good melodies though. I think you'll get something out of this if you like 70s-esque singer-songwriter stuff with soft, easy on the ears instrumentals. Next up is a Norwegian duo playing what I would call progressive folk. I'm not saying this right, but it's Havnatt with the album Heimferd. It's sort of dark and metal-y, and the female vocalist can sound a lot like Evanescence with her clean and moody tone. I love the title track with its languid but oddly timed beat and glistening chorus harmonies. Next is a soft rock album much like Alex Eisenberg's, but with much smoother vocals this time. The male and female vocal interplay and stacked major chord harmonies remind me of the band the Besnard Lakes, especially that third track, Ruby. I want to make sure I mention 2 last albums because they came out during this time. They're ones I included on my top 30 albums of the year, and I said a lot more about them in those videos. The instrumental mathy jazz of Deerbelling Café's Wait for the Jazz, and my second favorite album of 2016. It's one I'll be returning to for years to come, Surface to Air Missive's AV. Man, lots of eccentric but pretty tame music this time around, except maybe the band LITE. You could start a pretty killer chill playlist with these songs. Sometimes I realize it's hard to hear what I'm saying, the album name, the artist name, especially because I'm sick right now. But as always, I'll put all the names of the songs and albums and artists down in the description box and link any Bandcamp accounts. Fairly concise list this time around, but some real gems. I'm sure you're going to find something you enjoy between this and my albums at a glance video for these months. Happy 2017, and thanks for watching.